Mama, mama, nope, not this time. But let's talk about it.
What? Okay, man, let's go.
What's up, everybody? Big Will, K-Pop for Life, coming back at ya. Welcome to the K-Pop Breakdown Series, where I take the newest artist drops album and I run it through the gauntlet. All right, so we're gonna watch the video, which I already did. We're gonna listen to the whole album, which I already done multiple times. We're gonna take it for the car test. The car test is one of the most important, because is the song still good without the visuals? That is important, because lots of times you get distracted by the visuals in K-pop. Let's face it, it's like 85%. So let's talk about the new Mamamoo song, Gogobebe.
Gogobebe, tell the body feel inside. Dress going bling bling bling. No one makes a mess. Vegemite run run. Gogobebe.
Real quick before we jump into it, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's jump into this. So first, let's talk about the new song, Gogobebe. It's the title track off their new album, whose name I cannot remember because I didn't care to remember, obviously. So let's talk about it. So Gogobebe is kind of, in my opinion, it's got like a 90s R&B almost sort of feel to it, with like a little bit of like tropical. I don't know. It's definitely throwback, based on not only sort of the music style, but the whole album. If you listen to the whole album, there's six or seven tracks, the whole damn thing has like a real throwback 90s R&B vibe, which can be good and bad, and we'll talk about that in a minute. First up, let's talk about just the video for Gogobebe. The video was meh. It's subjective in this case. You might like it, you might not, but for a Mamamoo video, especially after Starry Night, the camera work, the cinematography, just the excellent, gorgeous visuals that they used, and the natural lighting that was used in the video, combined with just sort of the country girl kind of look that they gave them and styled them with, the whole video was just gorgeous, whether you like the song or not. I don't think anybody with a brain can dispute the fact that Starry Night was beautiful. Egotistic had its own Spanish vibe. It felt a little plasticky sometimes in terms of the set design, but for the most part, you kind of felt like you were in like some kind of Spanish cantina back in like the 40s or 50s, and you know, it was well designed. It kind of pulled you into the video, whereas this video, I know people are gonna be butthurt and be like, oh, you know, Mamamoo. Listen, I know I've been following Mamamoo since probably before you were a K-pop fan. I know that they always switch their concepts, but that doesn't mean it's always switched to something good. In this case, I'm gonna have to say the concept switch and the video was a flop for me. I'm not feeling the concept. I'm not feeling most of the style. I mean, some of the styles like obviously repeated. You got Hwasa wearing them big ass pink boots that Lisa had in Doo 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 Doo, I think it was, and a lot of just like really generic, what you would think people wore in the 90s kind of wear, but it's kind of just like cheesy. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. The video felt kind of flat and kind of barren. There wasn't a lot going on, but it wasn't totally bad. The color palette for the video was okay. I did enjoy the color palette, the choices that they used, a lot of pops of green and pinks and stuff like that. It kept me visually entertained in that respect. So the actual song itself, like I said, I've taken it on the car ride, minus the video for distraction. I listened to it 3 or 4 times in my truck. I've listened to it a couple times on the album now, and I've rewatched the video, obviously listened to the song at least 15 times at this point. The song just, it grows on you a little bit, but it's just a generic ass song. Like, there's nothing to it. And then the best part about Mamamoo's songs are their harmonies and their vocals. A lot of the times you get them big notes and all this stuff going on, and there was really none of that in this at all. It was very flat. It was very like na 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 na. It was a very simple beat all the way through, and the part that irritated me the most was at the end, after this, in the video at least. It's a little bit shorter when you listen to the actual album, but there's like this 30, it's literally at like 216 to 246 in the song, or no, 316 to 346. They like drag the song out with this long nothing going on. There's like really not much going on storyline wise, but you're kind of like, okay, whatever, they're walking up to a house. But then there's a drop and they kick the song back in. It's supposed to, because it was so quiet, it sounds like it got real big and live again, and then you're like, wait a minute. So you go back and watch again, you're like, no, it didn't actually pick up at all. The tempo is still identical to how it was at the other choruses. It was just so quiet, it tricked your brain into thinking something had actually been changed from like a musical standpoint, and it didn't. So that was kind of like, why you should have switched it up at the end. Maybe you should have changed the tempo. Maybe there should have been something different. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the song itself. There's really not a lot there to break down, but let's talk about the album. So the album has 7 tracks on it. That's really all I got. Track 5, Bad Bye, and track 6, My Star, were good. Bad Bye had like a slow, real throwback 90s R&B vibe to it. I was digging that. It had a lot more of their vocals in it. As did My Star. My Star was a little more upbeat, but it was good. What is the other ones here? We got 25, Waggy, which if you've seen the live stage to that, they're like dressed up in dog suits. If you're into that cute crap, good, that's cool. I'm not. I thought it was awful, but it was very Mamamoo. I will say that was very throwback. Like, we're Mamamoo. We like to screw around and have fun, because I still watch their reality show because it's just hilarious. But Where Are You, Gogobebe, 25, Waggy, and a 4 seasons outro. 5 of the 7 songs. In my opinion, that's not enough for me to buy or even download the album, because I'm just going to be skipping past stuff the entire time. I wouldn't recommend buying the album. But again, check it out for yourself. Make up your own mind. Hear it for yourself. I would say this is one of their weakest albums to date. I actually own Melting, because it's my favorite one of theirs by far. So the moment you've all been waiting for, what is Big Will's final judgment on the new Mamamoo comeback? And I would say overall, the new Mamamoo comeback is a K pass. I'm gonna K pass on this. I'm probably never gonna listen to it again. I've had to force myself to get through all of this, which is always a bad sign. I was just kind of like, oh, like this isn't the Mamamoo I remember. I don't like this particular direction they've gone. It feels empty and it feels a little soulless. It doesn't have something, and it's missing something. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm very curious how the comment section is going to look on this one. Don't forget the subscribe button, hit the like button, and as always, keep on popping, K-Poppers. Remember, it's not a trend, it's a lifestyle. Deuces.